And welcome back to LTSN featuring the WAC Volleyball Semifinals. I, Sarah Davis, alongside Joshua Eckert, will be providing you with coverage tonight, along with Dylan Morello on the camera and Alex Johnson pulling highlights. Tonight's match is a big match. Number 5 ranked Indiana Tech Warriors versus the number 1 ranked Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. This is a big night. The winner will advance into the finals tomorrow at the Don Riddler Fieldhouse at 1 p.m. taking on Madonna Crusaders. Welcome, Joshua. Give me a little bit of insight about tonight's match.
So tonight's match, you're going to see the 5 seed Indiana Tech against the 1 seed Lawrence Tech. Lawrence Tech comes in 20-0 in conference, and they haven't lost a single match in Don Riddler Fieldhouse in a year and 3 weeks now, up to date. And last time they played against each other was about 2 weeks, and the game was very competitive. So expect a lot of scrappy defensive digs and very long rallies. As you can see, we have several award winners from today, as they got mentioned. We got the Libero of the Year. We got the Setter and Player of the Year on the court. We got a couple of first-team All-American conferences. So expect a pretty good match tonight. And the Don Riddler is packed. Sarah, do you like the energy or what?
Oh, I love the energy out here tonight. Sorry, I'm also running the stream, so if the scoreboard is a little bit delayed, we got caught up in the moment. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of energy out here tonight. As Joshua mentioned, Indiana Tech's Libero was named Libero of the Year, so you will be seeing a lot of good defense out here. And we got Christy Doherty on our team with Player of the Year and Setter of the year, all
and first team
conference, as well as academic team. So a lot of excitement here tonight.
The whole package we got here.
Shelby Ratch with a serve for the Blue Devils. There's a bump set on Indiana Tech's side. The back row attack. The swing and a kill by Zakia Hunt.
And as you can see, Sarah Davis, they're really looking to initiate the middles because the coaches even agreed with us. They just are not as quick and mobile as our middles at Lawrence Tech. So that's our forte. So every time we can activate them, they are going to look to activate them.
Definitely.
It's a little tight.
A little tight set, yep. A tip, a little bit of a scramble play. Back row, Christie setting it over the net. Setting it to the outside. An overpass, the tight play, up by Vara Gromakova. Set back to left side, Jess Lodge, and a kill down the line.
That is a great no-look down the line swing by Jessica Lodge. Her shoulders were facing as she was hitting cross court. She just chopped it. We call that a high thumb in volleyball, and that's what she did. She thumbed it high.
Ratch with the serve. Up with the slide and a block over. Bump set and a free ball out of bounds, giving the Blue Devils a 5-0 lead early in the match. And Indiana Tech is going to take a timeout. Thanks for tuning in to LTSN. We'll be right back. All right, back from a timeout. Thanks for tuning in to LTSN. Sarah Davis here with Joshua Eckert alongside of me. The Blue Devils currently have a 5-0 lead with Shelby Ratch with the serve.
Sarah, what I'm seeing early on, the Blue Devils are doing something that they've done the whole season long, which is pressure opponents with their serving. And right now, Indiana Tech looks a little out of sorts with their first contact with their platforms. So it's not allowing them to have a clean and run a clean offense. And another thing that I've noticed, they have an outside left-hander player, and that's not very usual in today's game, to have an outside left-hander. You're going to see her here, number 13, taking a swing on the right.
Yeah, it's definitely a different atmosphere to play against somebody who's a left-handed outside hitter. Emma Westria is one of few. She's actually a freshman. And Indiana Tech gets their first point.
One of very
6-1.
few. And I want to explain to the audience that's a little new. You don't really see left-handed players playing outside because it's such a hard shot for them to just get their feet to the ball. So they usually have their own position on the court, which is on the right side of the court. So that way they keep the ball in front of their shoulders to open shoulders, and it's an easier swing. Kind of sort of like if you're a right-handed swinger, it's a lot harder to sit on the right than on the left.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Madison Cardinal with the serve. Pass
Nice
by
pass.
Jess Lodge out to Vara Gromakova. And off the block. That's going to be a kill for number 3, Amaya Anderson. Score is now 6-3 with Lawrence Tech in the lead. Madison Cardinal with the serve. Jess Lodge with a pass. Up to the middle to Zakiya Hunt, and that ball is out of bounds. Not something we see Zakiya Hunt doing quite often.
No, we don't, but here you see Indiana Tech disrupting our passing lines because they're serving Jessica Lodge or making her work extra. She's got to pass, swing, and think about what she's going to do. So
they're going to call that one in the net.
Disrupting the offense. Their short serving plan is working for her coach.
Short serves has definitely been something that the Blue Devils have struggled with throughout the season. It's definitely a awkward serve to pass. There's a great pass by Shelby Ratch and a nice high swing by Jess Lodge.
Nice
pushed out to Amaya. Up by Nicole. And there's a swing and a kill for Zakiya Hunt.
And Sarah, where you're going to see it all night long, get used to it. Whenever you can, they're feeding Zakiya Hunt, no matter what, because she is unmatched. Yes, Cummings can keep up with her, but she is a freshman. She doesn't have the IQ of Zakiya does as a senior.
And they're calling that one a double. Point Blue Devils.
But keep Cummings in the radar for Indiana Tech because she is an explosive player that can get up and swing at the ball, and she can keep up.
She's a Cummings is actually a sophomore. There's a roll shot up by Gromakova, pushed outside to Jess Lodge with a nice cross-court swing and a kill.
Nice swing by Jessica Lodge, finding the high end of the court, how our very own Edra Rule calls it, the high end.
Back with the serve of Vara Gromakova. Here's a tip, a nice deep court tip, dug by Nicole. Pushed outside.
Nice.
And there's a great dig by Ratch. Thrown back outside to Lodge, blocked back over with a great blocker coverage, and a nice deep court swing by Christy Doherty.
And there you see why she's the player of the year and the setter of the year in the WAC conference this year. She can do it all. She can play defense, she can set, she can serve, she can swing. And back to the line, our first team all-conference Russian, Varvara Romakova. Second overall in service aces in the conference. So it's a good scoring rotation for the Devils here.
There's a little bit of a tight ball with the tip, up by Ratch. Out to side to Lodge, off the block, and a kill.
11-5. It seemed like it was a lot tighter of a set 2 points ago.
Coming into games like this, it's a little bit nerve-wracking to see if the Blue Devils are going to come out with their confidence, if they're going to be a little bit nervous, never being under pressure situations like this, but they come out confident as always, ready to play.
Yeah, they really do, and it's a theme that we've seen throughout the year with the Blue Devils. I mean, they've battled, and when they're down, they look confident, and they never look like shaken up. if that makes any sense. They're all never rattled by any situations. They just keep on grinding, and point by point, they just grind out the lead. And it seemed to be working for them this year, not thinking about the situation too much.
And there's a nice cross-court dig by Indiana Tech. A tight ball. Pass into the net, and they're going to call Indiana Tech in the net. Point Blue Devils.
That's
it's
a
now
scary
12
play.
to 6.
That's
Yeah,
a
that was
very
definitely scary.
Wow. Someone was very far under the net. That could have ended up very bad for either team.
Jessica Lodge with a serve for the Blue Devils. There's a pass by Madeline McDonald, and through Christy Doherty's hands. Point Indiana Tech.
It's a great swing by number 19. She really cranked that one, and the angle she put on it, insane. Some heat behind that one.
Jordan Award. She's a senior. There's a pass by Alicia Van Pushen out to Isabella McDonald. And Indiana Tech is in the net again. Point Blue Devils.
Yeah, this is when you start to see the errors and the youngness and the lack of experience from a young team that Indiana Tech is. A little bit too many errors, and when you're pressing and hitting the net like that, it's because the offensive player is in your mindset.
And there's an ace for the Blue Devils by senior Mackenzie Fisher.
One of Coach Ed Rule's green light servers. So she's got the green light whenever she goes back there and hits the target that she wants to hit it as hard as she wants to hit it.
It's a short serve up by Madison with a big middle swing and a great up by Renali. There's just a little bump over the net for a bump kill for the Blue Devils.
The field house is going crazy after that great dig by Renali Callison, and then the bump over by Bella.
And there is the second timeout for Indiana Tech. We'll be right back after this timeout. Thanks for tuning in to LTSN. Welcome back, Blue Devil fans, to LTSN. Mackenzie Fisher is back with the serve. Blue Devils in the lead, 15-7.
And here you can see how Indiana Tech has changed their passing scheme. They went from a three-person, a traditional three-person, to a two-person because Mackenzie Fisher is bringing the heat. But lethal mistake when you go back there. First rule as a server: don't miss your serve after a timeout.
Timeout and game point. 2 times not to miss the serve.
We know that way too well, right?
Yeah. Being players, definitely been there. There's a swing and a kill by Isabella McDonald.
She's a player that the coaches are very high on. They give her all this praise because they say when she's on, she is a 400 hitter and she is the X factor to this team. So Isabella McDonald is someone you have to look out for because when she's on fire, she's basically unstoppable. Nice set.
Yeah, that was a very nice set.
What a dish.
Out to Doherty. And there's an overpass swung by Madeline Hudson.
Free
Bump
ball coming
kill.
back to you. So
Up
many
to
options
Gromakova.
here.
That's a nice, not a good communication. Nice up. There's a pass by Ratch outside to McDonald, off the block, and there's a point for the Blue Devils.
Another great swing by Bella McDonald. Today she seems like she's coming into the game very confident. She is swinging for high hands. She's swinging low into the seam, and she's getting every single kill that she wants to get it however she wants to. Ooh, great serve by Christy Doherty. I didn't even think that was going to go over.
I didn't think that was going over either, to be completely honest.
Wow.
Doesn't look to
barely
me like
cleared
Ed
it.
Rule's expression expected that one to go over either.
No, it really didn't.
Back
Even
to
he was
serve,
surprised.
Christy Doherty.
Wonder Woman, how we like to
And
call
there's
her.
Madeline McDonald with a good pass. There's Ratch with a good up.
Look at your
Out to
middles with
McDonald.
those hands, Madeline Hudson.
There's a cross-court swing dug up by Renali. Out to McDonald, and that one was hit into the net, giving Indiana Tech the point. Back to serve for Indiana Tech, Madeline McDonald. And there's an overpass by Gromikova. The controlled block back over for Indiana Tech. The score is now 18-10.
Cummings didn't do anything too special with that overpass. She just put it right down to business, used two hands, power tipped it down, point. A lot of middles get caught swinging at those overpasses, and they lose the point because they're trying to get too fancy instead of just putting the ball out.
By how it appears, you can tell that Indiana Tech has studied this team because, as you can see, Vavara's in a little bit of a weird spot. She's pretty far up on the court, so that's definitely a tough serve to serve and a tough pass to pass. Pushed outside to Gromikova. That's a tight set, and that one was tipped out of bounds, giving Indiana Tech the point.
The problem with this passing rotation is that Varvara is a true right side, so she doesn't really pass. And what they do with this rotation is they give her a very small lane of passing. So the Indiana Tech libero, which she just missed her serve, was going after Varvara in her small lane of passing because she is not as avid to pass as all the other, or how we would call them, the littles in volleyball.
Good analysis there, Joshua.
Thank you.
Back to serve, Nicole Heiduck. The middle pass by Amaya Anderson. And that one was a lucky swing. Out there by Emma Westria. Indiana Tech point. It is now 18-13 with your Blue Devils in the lead.
And she is someone to look out for. There's not a lot of lefty outside, so when she's on, she's probably going to be a force to be reckoned with because it's something you don't see every day in your gym. So you can't really prepare against it.
You know, Indiana Tech's setter, Madison Park, Indiana Tech is full of Madisons. She's actually a very good defender back there.
Yeah, she picks up a lot of balls. I
She
did
does.
notice that as well.
And she doesn't even look phased. It's just like she's expecting it, and her team, she trusts her team. She trusts her libero to get the ball up when she passes it. Back to serve, Madison Park.
Yeah, the libero has been doing a pretty good job of setting that second ball whenever the setter digs it. So usually, yeah, they are pretty confident in that connection.
Oh, and that's a great
by the libero
pancake.
of the year in the WAC.
One of very few people that we've seen here pick up Christy Doherty's famous tip. And Jess Lodge with a tip. A little bit of an off. That's
nice
a great swing, and there's a great pass by
set.
Ratch outside to Gromikova, and off the hands, point Blue Devils.
Great swing by Gromikova. She had to wait a little bit longer for the ball to cross all her body, but she definitely thumbed it away from her body and was able to use the block for that kill.
Definitely.
Great swing.
Ratch with the serve.
You see a tandem.
Oh, there's a little bit of a scramble play.
Oh, that ball looked like it hit the line.
You know, the fans are not happy with that call, but it's kind of just how the game goes. We might see it differently from over here than they do on the court. Back to serve, Madison Cardinal. Nicole Heiduck.
Crowd was
Here is
not
a
pleased
free
with that
ball.
call.
No, they were not. Pushed outside to Amaya, off the block,
Nice
up
shot
by
Shelby
Ratch. There is a tip by Zakia Hunt, giving the Blue Devils a point. We're now sitting at 20-15. That's definitely something that's recently been incorporated into
Zakia's game.
Zakia Hunt's game. She is not much of a tipper, but the team's kind of started to figure out her hitting. So Ed Rule had her learn how to tip in a spot. So now they're not expecting a tip. They really have to be on their toes. And that's a hitting error by Zakia Hunt. Point, Indiana Tech.
Here they're just trying to force it to Zakia Hunt. She doesn't have an approach, and the setter just sets her the ball with no approach, and Sakia doesn't snap on the ball, so it sells a little bit longer. But here they'll probably make sure that that connection works out.
There's good blocker coverage. And there's a swinging error by Jessica Lodge. Indiana Tech point. It is now 21-17.
Creeping in, that's all they've done. You chip away, no matter how far away you are in the set or how much you're down by, you chip away, point by point. Volleyball is such a momentum sport.
You can definitely tell that Indiana Tech has, in the beginning, they started off with not a lot of confidence, and as the game has continued, the confidence has definitely picked up. And the Blue Devils are calling a timeout here. So we will be back after this short break. Thank you for tuning into LTSN. And welcome back to LTSN. Score is now 21-18. Blue Devils in the lead. We have number 15, Olivia Gesser, back to serve. Out to Zakia Hunt.
Another great dig by the setter,
Yeah.
Sarah Davis.
That's a roll shot out of bounds, giving the Blue Devils a point. That ball, if it would have been in the court, I hate to say it, but it would have been scoring.
Yes, it would have. Yes, it would have.
Nobody was ready for that one. Back to serve for the Blue Devils, number 2, Jessica Lodge. And that is a service error.
That's too bad of a service error because when Jessica Lodge goes back there to the service line, the Blue Devils score a lot of points. It's one of our stronger rotations. So it's too bad that she missed her serve on that one. Critical point here. Let's see what Indiana Tech can do.
Back to serve, Jenna Karbowski. That's a tight pass. Christy Doherty still manages that. There is an overpass by Indiana Tech.
Here.
Backed up to Christy Doherty, and there's a swing and a kill by Isabella McDonald. Serving for your Blue Devils, Mackenzie Fisher. Like to give a shout out to the Price family for watching all the way from New York. Happy to have you guys with us.
Oh yeah, nice to have you with us, Tim and the Price family from New York. One of our old coaches. Great job building the program.
Back with the serve for set point, Mackenzie Fisher. It's a little bit of a scramble play, but that's a great set by that setter.
Ooh.
Up to Christy Doherty, and a double by Christy Doherty. That is something that we very, very, very rarely see.
Yeah, that's something that she doesn't do very often, but when she does it, it's very obvious because her hands are so clean that if the ball just spins a little bit, you're like, all right. She's so good.
Back to serve, Katrina Reynolds. Pushed outside.
Swing by Mella McDonald.
We are going to call that one a touch. Blue Devils take the first set, 25-20. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this break. Thank you for watching LTSN. Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to LTSN. Sarah Davis alongside Joshua Eckert. We've got Dylan Morello on the stream camera and Alex Johnson pulling highlights. Jason Rush Jr. is here. He's sitting next to me, but he is not announcing tonight. He actually gets to sit back and relax and watch the volleyball game for one of the first times.
This is going to be an exciting second set. The first set was very close, as highly as anticipated as it was. It was very close and very tight. So we expect another tight set here in the second set.
Zakia Hunt with the tip, and there's another great up there by Indiana Tech's libero. Back to serve, Vivara Gromakova. One of the top servers in the WAC, number 2 actually. Up to the middle, off of the block, out to Doherty, pushed outside to Jessica Lodge. A little bit of a tight set, off the block, and point Blue Devils. Sorry about the points there. We got the scoreboard back up and running. Back to serve, Vivara Gromakova. Passed up by number 1, pushed outside to number 14. And there is a little bit of a shank by Nicole Heiduck.
Yeah, it
Point,
was a little
Indiana
bit of
Tech.
a shank. But I have to give credit to the LTU defense. They did outdig the Indiana Tech defense by 10 digs. And when you're playing this championship and the caliber of this game, you have to be digging machines. And Lawrence Tech is doing everything not to allow that ball to hit the court.
Here's another set and a kill for Zakia Hunt. Something we're pretty familiar with seeing throughout the night.
Yeah, in the season.
Yeah.
Throughout her career.
The night, the season.
Career, like she's been lights out her whole career here at Lawrence Tech. She's definitely a senior. They're going to miss a lot from the senior class.
Jessica Lodge with the ace.
Future. Great future ahead for this program as well. Four to 1 here. And Jessica Lodge, this is a rotation that they score most points in.
Off the antenna. Point Blue Devils, 5-1. Serving Jessica Lodge. A bullet, yeah. Cross-court dig up to Isabella McDonald, and that one is just out of bounds. It was very close, though.
Missed it. That's a great angle shot by her. I thought she had that swing. That's a great swing by Isabella McDonald. Christy Doherty with the tip.
Tip down the line.
Do.
Overpass. Zakia Hunt said, not a problem. I'm just going to take a nice swing at that one. Point Blue Devils.
Here we see Mackenzie Fisher.
Back with the serve. Kind of looks like the Blue Devils are trying to get into Indiana Tech's libero's head a little bit. Target serving her out there, but doesn't seem to be working as of now. That was a very good frantic play over there by Indiana Tech, and that is a great dig by Madeline McDonald.
She digs everything, Sarah. She is a digging machine back there. Cross court, tips, setter dunks, roll shots. She at least touches them. They're all positive touches, and that's why she's the libero of the year this year.
And there's going to be the first time out of the set for Indiana Tech. We'll be right back after this break. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. We are back from the timeout break. Blue Devils are up 7-2. Mackenzie Fisher is back with the serve.
Let's see what she can produce here.
There's a pass by Madison Cardinal. Outside. Questionable if it was off the block.
No,
but
she
we're not going to
missed
call
it.
that one.
She missed it. You could tell by the spin of the ball. She hit it with her forearm instead of with her hand. The ball was spinning a little bit backwards. But it's a good, nice high hand swing.
We're a little bit starting to get into Indiana Tech's libero's head. There is a nice cross-court swing and a kill for Allison Cole. Point Indiana Tech.
Let's see, they need a run right here. It seems like LTU is starting to take momentum here and power and control over this game. So let's see if
Katrina Reynolds, she is a sophomore. She went to Bedford High School. I actually competed against Bedford High School back in the glory days. And they have a very solid program. So she definitely is a trained volleyball player. She's listed as a DS libero. Serving 8-4 with the Blue Devils in the lead.
Nice pass by Alicia.
There's a tip over the block. There's that setter again. And that was an aggressive play. Back outside to Isabella McDonald.
Touch.
And that ball is out of bounds. Does not look like there was any touch on that one.
We just see like these, tonight we've been seeing this like lack of focus throughout the LTU team. It's like they go through this like momentum spurts that are like perfect, and then all of a sudden their lows are very low and they're bleeding points like crazy in some of the rotations that we're used to them not bleeding points. Christy Doherty here putting a bandage on the wound.
Christy Doherty is also back with the serve. A very intimidating server to be up against.
One of the best servers in the nation.
And that is a great pass. Katrina Reynolds made that one look easy. There is a deep court tip. Indiana Tech, this is definitely something that the Blue Devils struggle with. Seems to be tips in general.
Yes, it does. They practice a lot of tipping during practice. I was watching them practice, and they have drills on drills about tipping, that they are only allowed to tip certain spots. Where is it going? Because it has gotten to that point in the season that it's just too much to bear with.
And that one's down.
If you're going to be an elite team, you have to pick up tips.
Definitely.
And that's something in the women's game that's the bailout shot for most girls. Like in girls' game, the tip is just the bailout. And
one thing with a tip too, if you're not ready for it, it's scoring.
That's it.
Nicole Heiduck.
You can't think about it twice.
Off the hands, deep court. Point Indiana Tech. Shelby Ratch was about one step behind that one. Almost had it.
Almost had it. That's a great read by her.
Back to serve for Indiana Tech. We've got number 6, Madison Park.
A double called on the third over by Madeline Hudson. She knew it as soon as it came out of her hands.
Varga Makova blocked.
She was blocked, but they covered her. They just couldn't get the ball high enough for us to create some momentum to put it over the net. And just like that, Sarah Davis, the score is 10-9.
Yeah, Indiana Tech, they definitely hang. They don't give up. They don't let their heads hang. They just keep on fighting. That's a very tight pass, and that ball was blocked straight down by number 19, Jordan Award.
I just think it's the concentration level here for the LTU Blue Devils. Their lapse of concentration levels tonight is something that we've not seen the whole season. And it's something to see how they're going to bounce back and rebound here from it. But definitely Indiana Tech is picking up some momentum here in these rotations. They need a side out immediately, Sarah.
Yes, they do. Definitely one thing where I could see how the Blue Devils focus is teetering a little bit is they have been playing a lot of volleyball. Sometimes as in anything in life, it's good to take a little bit of a break, but the Blue Devils still managed to hang. And that one blocked straight down.
By Jessica Lodge. That's a great block by Jessica Lodge. Another thing why the concentration lapses by this team could be that Sakia is playing with a little bit of a flu. So that could have probably affected him mentally. She didn't get into warm-ups until a little bit later than usual. So, Varvara Makova with the misswing on the overpass. It's something you don't see very often, but she's laughing it off.
That's one thing that the Blue Devils tend to do when they make a mistake. They don't get stressed out. They kind of sort of just laugh it off, move on to the next point. Outside to Jess Lodge. It's a great up by Madison Cardinal. And there is a double. The first double that we've seen.
From the setter for Indiana Tech. Yes, it is the first double. And look at who's back at the service line, Sarah Davis. Varvara Makova, one of the best servers in the conference.
And my apologies. I marked, oh, never mind.
And once again, we see the Blue Devils getting killed with the short tips, Sarah. Every single time they tip, we don't seem to have an answer for it. What do you think
one thing with that, Joshua, the last game, it really seemed that the Blue Devils had that dialed in.
It really did, didn't it?
Yeah. It seemed like their tipping streak was gone. They were reading everything like it was easy, and now it seems to be creeping back in. It's just all about now if the other teams pick up on that.
Yeah, it's all about scouting and what you do with the film, and then there's just Sakia. The girl's just unstoppable. She gets up like nobody's business.
We do see Madonna's coaching team here tonight.
Right
Some
in
of the
front of
girls,
us.
yep.
Yeah.
Some of the girls are here in the stands checking out their opponent for tomorrow. Possible opponent.
No, it's their opponent.
One of their opponents.
No, they beat Lords. It is the opponent. It's a championship match here.
Yeah, but scoping out these games.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I thought Lords had.
Yeah, we both had a little bit of a brain fart on that one. Back to serve for Indiana Tech. Their setter, number 16, Jenna Karbowski. She's played a great role tonight, both defensively and setting. And that was a great dig back there by Madeline.
That dig by Alicia.
Off the hands, Zakia Hunt doing what Zakia Hunt does.
It's about controlling chaos. Let's see what the teams can do here.
Here's a cross court. That was a great pass out there by their libero. Got her feet right to that ball. There's a pass by Christy Doherty. Whenever she passes, she is always immediately ready to hit.
Ooh,
there's an attempt for a deep tip. A little bit of a questionable looking ball. Thrown outside to the right side, and that is a great swing and a great dig by Rinaldi. Off the hands, point. Welcome back to LTSN. Sarah Davis and Joshua Eckert here. Dylan Morello on the camera, Alex Johnson pulling highlights. We're now starting the third set. The Blue Devils have the serve. It's definitely been a very exciting game tonight. Rats with the serve.
It really has been. It seems like it's been a lot of momentum driven, and it seems like it's rotations where Indiana Tech doesn't have as much firepower as LTU, and then it's when Indiana Tech creeps back in, it's because we don't have as much firepower in the front row as they do. But it's been a very momentum game. Let's see who can grab the momentum here in the early third set.
As we saw in that first ball, Indiana Tech started it off with a center court tip. It's definitely something we're going to be seeing a lot more of if Indiana Tech strategized correctly.
They definitely did. They've been tipping the whole game, and it's something you can definitely tell that they've been practicing to do. Another short ball.
There's a swing and a kill by number 14, Allison Cole.
Hey, if it works, right?
Yeah. A little thing that we like to call a tool biscuit.
It is a little thing that we like to call tool biscuit.
There is a receiving error by Shelby Ratch.
It seems like every set we kind of like start with our passing is our first ball contact is a little off, and we can't seem to get it to Christy Doherty for her to run a clean offense. And you see her again here struggling to actually get that ball off the net because it's a little too tight from the pass. Therefore, leading Indiana Tech into a free ball situation that they couldn't convert. And that's something you don't see very often. Most teams will convert on free ball situations because when you get a free ball, you are supposed to win that 9 out of the 10 times, probably maybe even 10 out of 10. So they're calling a lift here on the Indiana Tech setter.
Back with the serve for the Blue Devils, number 2, Jessica Lodge.
And Jessica Lodge is one of our green light servers, and one of the servers that, as you can see, will score a lot on her service pressure runs here because her serve just floats, man. And the rotation that she gets to serve into, it's a 2-man rotation, so it's not your typical 3-man, it's a 2-man, which you're splitting the court, meaning as passers you cover more court. Indiana Tech is pleading for a touch, but there was no touch on that swing. She missed the court. She missed her hands by at least 2 feet. Did you see a touch on that?
I can't say that I saw that ball. You know what they say, though, Joshua. Ball don't lie.
But you know what they say, too, right? Ball don't talk either.
You prove a good point. Back to serve for Indiana Tech, number 16, Jenna Karbowski.
We're having too much fun up here.
We are. Out to Doherty, thrown to Hunt.
And you can see here, Sakia Hunt is hitting out of the right side in this rotation. She is taking off 2 feet instead of taking off the conventional 1-foot slide approach, how you always will see her run. But when she's on the right, she takes off 2 feet exactly and equally as Terminal. Seems like their outsides have woken up here for I-Tech.
You know, Indiana Tech, Lawrence Tech has pulled through and won, but Indiana Tech has hung around this whole game.
They really have.
They have not slacked off.
Have. And there have been like some points that they've been down 8 or 9, but they closed the gap right back up.
That's for sure. And that might be how they beat Aquinas.
Yeah, they're
I was
making
not
great
expected.
positive touches.
Another thing that you can see about Indiana Tech is typically when you come in as the underdog, you expect them to be nervous, to be making errors, but we're not seeing that out here tonight. They seem to be playing with a lot of confidence. There's a little bit of a frantic play, and there is a great play by Christy Doherty, a deep tip. Christy Doherty doing Doherty things.
that just turned into a what pass and what did you just do to a wow. How did she just see that open spot on the court like that? That is insane. She just turns a completely broken play into a scoring play. Player of the year and setter of the year. A couple of more reasons why she just got named both of those.
It's now 7-7. Indiana Tech with the serve.
Libero of the year here behind the service line.
There's
and
an
she gets
ace.
the ace.
An ace for Madeline McDonald.
So you can see another thing she brings to this Indiana Tech team, a little bit of offense. Even though she can't really hit, she'll bring it from behind the service line, which is very important.
There's an attacking error by Madeline Hudson. One thing that's a little bit different right now is Lawrence Tech's bench is pretty dead.
They are, and they're usually pretty alive and outgoing.
Usually they're dancing, singing, all of the above. Oh, and they read Christy Doherty's signature move.
It looks like they have her scouted out for that move because she has tried to dunk 3 times today and it has not worked. She's 0 for 3 tonight, and she's usually hitting 1,000 on those, you know? And for our non-volleyball folks, when we talk about hitting percentage, it's like a baseball swing. Depends how many pitches you see, how many you connect, then you average it out. And you want to be the closest to 1,000 you can. The better of a hitter you are, the higher hitting percentage it is. Typically in volleyball, the best hitting percentage will be had by the middles because they have the most court to be working with and they get the perfect sets.
Indiana Tech currently has the lead. We're sitting 10-8. They're not letting anything hit the floor, no matter how it looks, no matter who passes it, it's staying off the floor, and that's very important. There is a blocked straight down ball. Christy Doherty's attack, and that was put back over by Madeline Hudson, and there is a point for your Blue Devils.
That was impressive. Christy Doherty hit the ball, got blocked. One of her teammates covered it. She went and hustled for the ball. I don't even know what you would call that move, but she slapped the ball backwards, and that thing went over the net and happened to scores. In volleyball, we call that a bump kill, and sometimes it's just better to be lucky than to be good.
There's a tip. Still, Doherty manages to still get her hands on it. Here's a free ball play for Indiana Tech. Will they execute? And they will. There's a point.
It seems
Indiana Tech
that they have found something on the right side of the pin here, Indiana Tech. Every time they set their right sides, they run a 6-2. And every time they bring their right sides in and they set them the ball, they seem to be scoring when they hit that short gap. Very difficult shot to defend, but Shelby Rash should be picking it up with the caliber that she brings to this team.
That was a beautiful dig. Up by Doherty. Set right side to Vavarga Makova.
Wow,
there's Madeline with a great up. There's a little bit of a tight ball, but blocked back over. Great blocker coverage. Back to Nicole Heiduck. Up to Hunt and blocked straight down. Indiana Tech. Point Warriors.
And as you can see, Indiana Tech here is starting to go into their game plan, which what they came in, just touch balls, stay in the game, be scrappy, just keep balls up, put it back to you, because defense wins championships, and that's all you got to do.
And we have a timeout for your Blue Devils. Score is currently 13-9, Indiana Tech in the lead. Thank you for tuning into LTSN. We will be right back after this timeout. All right. Thank you for tuning back into LTSN. We're here in the Don Riddler Fieldhouse. The score is currently 13-9. Indiana Tech is in the lead.
But Lawrence Tech is up 2 sets to nothing.
And they came right back out strong.
That is
Joshua's girl, who he called in the beginning of the game, Heveline Cummings, with a roof.
She is someone who can keep up with Sakia Hunt, and as you can see, she is. She's been blocking her, and she has completely stopped her in her favorite shot. And another block.
And there's another
That
one.
is 3 in a row by this Indiana Tech team. And they're not touches, they are
Roofs. Jinx.
Here you see the coach calling for a roll shot. Here we see LTU struggling a little bit in this rotation. This is the same rotation that gave him trouble in that very first set.
It's now 16-9.
16-9.
Indiana Tech in the
They
lead.
gotta create some momentum here. This is the worst we've seen them the whole season.
Say it like it is, Joshua. Oh, and there's a little bit of a short swing.
It's just a little roll. She tried the beat shot and she completely miscalculated it, but up for the next one. Indiana Tech is playing very well this third set. It looks like they went into the locker room, and I don't know what the coach told them, but whatever she told them definitely made it come out here with a little bit more sense of energy. And maybe just the seniors and these girls, they don't want their seasons to be done, you know? You lose and you're out here, and they can't go to nationals. This is a
That's
big
for
rotation
sure. It's
for
definitely
us.
a scary thing to think about. Kromakova, there is Madison with the pass. And
Cummings.
there's Cummings. Cummings is fired up and she is ready to go.
And she is feeding the energy to her teammates. See, every time she comes down, you can see her with purpose. She turns around, she is like yelling, she is high, she is with a smile, she is pumping her fists. It's very nice to watch her.
That's for sure.
She's grown to her very own here, in front of our very own eyes.
There's an overpass. And we're going to call that one a double.
Wow, that was a tight call, wasn't it? It didn't look like that was a double set, but thank God we're not the refs over here. And once again, this is the rotation that pays dividends for LTU. Jessica Lodge can score points at will, as we can just see. She just had an ace here. This is the last pass point. Let's see what she can do here. 2-option pass. Out of bounds swing. Barely
That
missed the
was a
court.
good swing.
And you know what shot she's going to? For the short gap on the right side, because it's been scoring. We got to pick up that shot. Have to.
Jessica Lodge with the serve.
Another 2-option pass here, creating chaos.
And that's the middle of the court. That's something the Blue Devils struggle with. Ratch managed to pick that one up. It's the right idea. Their coach is calling a touch, but the refs are not seeing that.
Here we see the Blue Devils put a run of their own here, 14-17 in the third set, coming back. The pressure's on for Indiana Tech.
That's a perfect pass.
Look at that dig by Shelby.
It's a great dig by Ratch. Oh.
Ball was going out of bounds.
She committed to that one.
She definitely committed. And in volleyball, if you're going to commit, you better touch that ball, because if that ball happens to land in the court, not good. Right, Sarah? We don't all
One
too
thing
well
that's
about
really
that.
great to see, though, when the passers do make an error, they smile, they take accountability, and they fix it.
They come right back at her. And missed serve by Indiana Tech gives the lead, gives the momentum right back to LTU. But we do see that Sakia Hunt is out of the front row now. Who do you think the offense is going to come from, Sarah Davis, from LTU?
You know, one thing, Isabella McDonald has been very effective tonight. So I'm thinking her.
Me too, actually. I was thinking Isabella McDonald too. But here we have number 11 for Indiana Tech has done a great job of swinging today. She is using high hands. She is swinging deep into the court, and she is someone that we haven't found an answer for. So kudos to her. Oh, it's a little tight.
A tight pass. Not much Isabella could do with that one.
ABC Ed Rule, he's about to take a timeout. 15 to 20, Sarah Davis.
Timeout, Blue Devils. It's currently 20 to 15 with Indiana Tech in the lead. We will be right back after this timeout break. Thanks for tuning in to LTSN. All right, volleyball fans, welcome back into the Don Riddler Fieldhouse. This is a tight set here. Indiana Tech is in the lead, up by 5. It's now 20 to 15. And one of their best servers is back to serve right now. It's a great pass, and there's Isabella McDonald terminating, just as we predicted.
Just as we predicted, we're going to see a lot of Isabella McDonald here. And Varvara Makova is now in the front row, so that is a big up for us as well. Now we got
Christy Doherty's back with the serve.
So even another offensive weapon here. Let's see if we can create some chaos in the
That's
Indiana
a great
Tech
pass there
line.
by Madeline. And there's a
Sarah.
great swing by Olivia Niekip.
Sarah, no answer for kneecap at all. No answer. She has been killing it. Cross court, short gap, rolling, tipping.
Back with a serve for Indiana Tech. Number 1, Madeline McDonald.
Shayla Cummings with a great block against Madeline Hunson. Here we see sophomore versus freshman, and let me tell you, as Cummings came up.
There's a great play up by Doherty. Oh, and there's another scramble play by their setter. Swung by number 13, touched by Christy Doherty. Bump set by Shelby Ratch over the net. A little bit of a tight ball, set back to the right side, and there is a beautiful swing by number 11, Olivia. Back with a serve, Indiana Tech, number 1, Madeline McDonald.
This is a rotation that really has given us fits. Another great up by the defense.
Now set point as well for Indiana Tech, this one.
24-16, Sarah.
And there is a shank. Probably the first one that we've seen Madeline McDonald
On a
make
good-
all night.
On a good pass, watch the ball go to kneecap on the right side or Cummings in the middle.
Oh, Cummings wanted that one.
It's a great offensive swing by Cummings.
Here's a great serve by Nicole Heiduck. There's Camp. And
there's Niekamp.
Indiana
Exactly
Tech.
how we predicted it, with a great open shot, palm push across the court. Great shot by Kneecap.
And that's going to do it for the fourth set, or the third set. Indiana Tech taking that one. Lawrence Tech is up 2. Indiana Tech now has 1 win under their belt. We will be back with you shortly after this break. Thank you for tuning in to LTSN. Thanks for tuning back into LTSN. Sarah Davis here, Joshua Eckert alongside of me. LTU is currently up 2 sets. Indiana Tech just took 1. We're heading into the 4th.
Sarah Davis, yeah. That third set, it seemed like LTU struggled with their first ball contact, and it led to us not engaging our middles as often as we should have. And for us to be effective, we have to engage our middles. But this set, look for them to rebound. Our first contact is one of our best contacts, so they're rebounding on the Indiana Tech side. You want to keep serving strong, and you want to keep the momentum on your side because this field house and the crowd of it is going to get into it. Trust me, Sarah Davis. And you can hear them right at the very first point.
There's Zakia Hunt.
And what we talked about, activating your middles.
Definitely something to do. Give Zakia Hunt the ball when struggling. There's Cummings. Pushed outside to Lodge. Off the hands. Up by Cardinal. Pushed outside to 14. Off the hands. And that one snagged the pin. Point Blue Devils.
And that's a hitting error when we did not see from number 14 in that third set. She played lights out, man. She was terminating balls out of system, in system, play sets, everything and anything. Watch Cummings here. Ooh, that's a double. Watch Cummings here to get activated on this one.
Indiana Tech's energy has seemed to swoop down a little bit. There's a great pass by Madeline. There's Cummings with a great swing, but Nicole Heiduck with a great dig. Out of the net. Out to the right side.
Nice
up by Heiduck. Out to Lodge. There is another great dig, a little tight. And there is a corner shot. Point Indiana Tech.
By Cummings. Cummings has definitely turned on here in this third and fourth set. So she is someone that they are going to have to activate to be able to be a little bit terminal against the Blue Devils, but she has picked it up from the beginning.
Definitely. Ratch with the pass. That one definitely snagged the hands from our view. Zakia Hunt thought the same thing.
It definitely looked like she touched it.
I thought she touched it too, but Edward Rule is disagreeing. 3-2 here with the Blue Devils in the lead. There's a service error, just like we said earlier. Ball don't lie.
But
As Joshua said, it doesn't talk either, though.
It's a very common phrase used by us volleyball players in the volleyball world.
That's for sure. Service, Jessica Lodge.
Rotation where you score a lot of points with Jessica Lodge behind the net. It's a great swing with number 14. That's the type of swings we were seeing from her in that third set.
Yeah, number 14, Allison Cole, has definitely been having a great game out there. Back with the serve, number 16, Jenna Karbowski. Up by Alicia Van Pushen. Out to McDonald. That is a great up. Push back down by Zakia Hunt. Point Blue Devils.
They just have so many offensive weapons. When it's not one person, it's the other. You can set the ball to Zakia. You can set the ball to Isabella McDonald. You can set the ball to Madeline Hudson. You can set the ball to Varvara Gomakova. Anyone and everyone can put the ball away on this LTU Blue Devils team.
It's an attempt at a cut shot.
A little tight and wide of a set, so she did what she could do with it. But here we see another two-man serve receive formation. It's something you don't see a lot in women's volleyball. Very difficult to cover the type of court.
Frantic play. We've seen a few of those. They are going to call 4 touches on that one for the Blue Devils. The crowd is not happy about that one.
So they called 4 touches on the LTU Blue Devils when the ball went into the net and was hit by the middle of Indiana Tech through the net, and she thought it was that Chrissy Doherty hit it twice. But in reality, the ball hit the net and it was hit upwards by the middle by Indiana Tech. So in all sense, it should be a play over. There it is. We see a replay of the point.
There is a replay.
And we see the crowd cheering on the refs here, giving them a little bit of a hard time, but that's what we got home conference here for. That's what the girls work so hard to get this cheer squad behind them, basically. What an advantage, right? To play the whole postseason at home, too. You don't have to travel. You get to sleep in your own bed, have your own little routines. It's been a great season.
Fisher with a deep serve. There is a tip. And that Blue Devil point. Timeout. Indiana Tech. Blue Devils in the lead, 7-3. Thank you for tuning in to LTSN. We will be right back. Welcome back to LTSN. Mackenzie Fisher back with the serve for the Blue Devils. It is now 7-3, Blue Devils in the lead. Frantic play over there for Indiana Tech. Out to McDonald. And there's a kill for Isabella McDonald.
A shot that we don't see her hit too often, but it's a shot that she definitely has in her toolkit. It looks like kneecap is struggling with her kneecap over here.
Joshua, her name is pronounced kneecamp.
Yes, kneecamp, but she was struggling with her kneecap. She hit it against Isabella's.
Cardinal with the pass. There's the tip.
Another
And
tip
that
out of bounds.
one's out of
That's
bounds.
twice.
You know, they're really showing off that they're trying to execute these tips. A little bit of a difference from last match to this one. It's 9-3 with the Blue Devils in the lead.
How Coach Ed Rule would say, when is out of bounds open? Always, always, always. Watch the setter dump here.
There's a setter dump. Their setter's now pulling it off.
Yes, she is. She picked the exact time to do it. It was precise. It was perfect. No one was even close to picking that setter dump up. And the score is 9-4. Great run by Mackenzie Fisher. Let's see what Indiana Tech here does with this serving rotation. Ooh.
Oh, double Indiana Tech.
Sometimes as a setter that happens. You're running, you're chasing after a ball, you can't stop your feet. You try using your hands, you think about not doubling, and then you double. Chrissy Doherty back to serve.
Indiana Tech with a kill.
And Niekamp once again proving and showing that on the right side she is a force to be reckoned with. She is scoring at will against this Blue Devil defense, and not a lot of people can do that. And once again we see Bella McDonald running the 31. She usually doesn't run that play because she's an outside, and the 31 is a very middle ball, but definitely works with Bella McDonald.
Back in the day, I played on a club volleyball team with Isabella, and she actually was our middle. She has some middle experience under her belt.
When was this, like 14s?
This was 17s.
Wow. Young. It's a very long time ago.
There she is, Niekamp off the hands.
Seems to be that her kneecap is feeling a little bit better here.
Madison Park with the serve for Indiana Tech. Out to Jessica Lodge. That is a beautiful dig by Katrina Reynolds. Cross-court shot into the net. Point Indiana Tech.
Great swinging by Indiana Tech here. Even though they're a little bit down, you can tell that they have not given up on this game and on this set. They want to fight till the bitter end and make sure that they get that trip to the finals of the WAC conference tomorrow.
Oh!
They almost came up with that one too. That's a great touches by both players, the lib and the outside. And as an outside, she did her job. She blocked, she turned, she looked, she found the ball, but she just couldn't pop it up high enough for the lib to make a third contact.
Off the hands, point for your Blue Devils. A kill for the very own Vara Gromakova. And there is another timeout for Indiana Tech. It is 13-7. Blue Devils in the lead. We will be right back after this timeout. Welcome back to LTSN. Shelby Ratch is back with the serve for the Blue Devils.
13-7, Sarah.
It's definitely a turnaround from the last set.
It really has been. It seems like Indiana Tech lost its concentration here for the past couple of points, but let's see after calling this time out to see if the coach can get that concentration lapse a little bit higher now. Great side out. They needed that first ball side out, and that's a coach's point for you.
Point Indiana Tech. Cardinal with the serve. Lodge with a pass up to Hunt. That's a great pass back there by number 6. Up to Doherty, out to Rash, to Gromakova. And number 9, Cummings was in the net. So that is going to be a point, Blue Devils.
Gromakova with the serve here, second in the conference in service aces. Exhibit A creates a lot of chaos in passing lines. Sakia Hunt, little early of a jump, but with her vertical, she just stays, she flies. She stays in the air, she hangs. Here it is, and she hits it.
She
It's
definitely
beautiful.
hangs. Back with the serve, Avara Gromakova.
Great
And that one snagged the line.
serve. Look at that service ace by Vara Gromakova. Her serve is beautiful. It just floats, and then all of a sudden it just loses the bottom of it and drops right back at the end of the line.
There's Cummings with a kill.
And Cummings, she has been the bright spot for them today. She has brought the energy, she has brought the kills, she has brought everything and anything they need. And that third set, she sparked it with all the blocks that she got on the LTU Blue Devils team. So bright future ahead for Cummings. Second team All-American as well.
And Doherty scores with the dump. Back with the serve for the Blue Devils, Jessica Lodge.
It's like they can't get. They go from one rotation with a great server to another great, even better server. Like, it's insane. Everyone goes back there. They can all dial up great servers, and even the coaches say it. Like, this is the best serving team he's had in probably the program history of this. Probably the best team he's had, period, in the history of this program.
This set, LTU has definitely strapped it down. They were not happy about losing that last one. The score is now 18-9. The Blue Devils in the lead. It is now 19-9. Point Blue Devils.
It seems like Indiana Tech lost their momentum here a little bit. I mean, it's unfortunate to see them go down like this because they fought very hard throughout the whole match. But
they've definitely been playing some good volleyball.
LTU stuck to what they know, and that's tough serving and hard swinging, and look at where it's got them to.
Yep. That's a great up.
That's not a double?
That was a questionable ball. And that one was blocked right back into the court. There is a point, I-Tech. Ed Rule was not happy about that call.
It definitely spun.
Yeah, it was definitely not pretty looking.
It was not a clean set whatsoever.
Back to serve for Indiana Tech, number 16. Out to Hunt.
Great dig. Nice touch by Alicia.
That's a great up. Oh, and another great up. That was quite the point.
That was quite the point here. You see the scrappiness of both teams. And that's exactly what we're here for, a tight, scrappy defensive matchup.
Indiana Tech with the serve. Rats with the hand pass. Out to McDonald. Back out to Niekamp. And Niekamp with the kill.
And when the offense gets going, Niekamp gets going. I don't know if you've noticed that, but she is definitely their spark plug, just like Cummings.
Score is now 19-12 with your Blue Devils still in the lead. Timeout, Lawrence Tech. We'll be back right after this break. Thank you for tuning back into LTSN. We're back from a timeout break. It is 19-12. Your Blue Devils are in the lead. There's a lot of energy in this gym tonight. Everybody's ready for some good volleyball. It's definitely been some good volleyball on both sides of the court. Both teams are battling every single point. And there's a pass by Alicia out to Hunt. And there's a chicken wing by Christy Doherty.
And great swing by, once again, who else? Niekamp.
It's definitely good to see. Indiana Tech, they're not crumbling.
No, they're not.
Sometimes
they're not giving
under
up.
pressure, the underdog crumbles, and they're battling. They're hanging. Off of the block. There's the signature dump.
There it is. And now she's starting to find a little bit more success with that dump. Earlier in the match, she wasn't. They were reading it and picking it up. Now they don't even expect it, basically. She dumps it and she scores. We're back to seeing the old Christy Doherty.
Over
Great
by
short
Mackenzie
serve by
Fisher.
Mackenzie.
And that is a great dig by Renali. Out to McDonald. Up by Cardinal. Back outside Niekamp. Up into the rafters. That is passed by Doherty. Cross-court swing. Beautiful dig. Swing blocked back over. Good coverage. Up by Renali. Outside to McDonald. And blocked down. It is 20-14. Indiana Tech is not giving your Blue Devils an easy way out.
No, they're not. They're making them play their way out. They're making them literally win every point. They have not been out here making easy points. They've been having to work for their points here. Every point in
And their
point
blocking is just...
Same story as set number 3. In set number 3, we saw a lot of blocking, a lot of positive touches from the blocking. And we see it again, once again. And look at the scrappiness play by them. No quit on this team, man.
And there is a kill from your freshman, Madeline Hudson. Just when we need it. 21-14, Blue Devils in the lead. We are 4 points away from our semifinal champion. Christy Doherty with the serve.
Aggressive serve.
Great pass.
Right on.
Out to Niekamp. And point, Blue Devils.
She barely missed the court with that swing. She didn't miss it by much. And once again, what do you got to do? You got to feed her. I mean, she's the one getting you the points. Feed the hot hand.
That's for sure. 22-14, Christy Doherty with the serve.
She really wanted that swing. She wound it up for that one.
Free ball.
Nice dig by Christy Doherty.
Great dig by Christy Doherty. The Blue Devils do not want to lose this point.
Watch another pattern right here.
Niekamp, tip. Back over by McDonald and
Of
out of
hot
bounds.
potato. A little bit of ping pong over here. Tennis, whatever you want to call it. Definitely worked in our favor. High duck with the serve here. Another strong server. Okay, Shelby, great dig. Reaction dig off of the middle overpass. Way to stay in your assignment, Jessica Lodge. High snapper by Varvara Gromakova. Tight set and the double.
Free ball by Ratch. Up to the tip by Niekamp, and that one's gonna score. It is now 23-16. We are we could possibly be 2 points away from a semifinal champion.
All the coaches are asking for is consistency from the ref, and it seems like she is calling LTU on doubles, but not on Indiana Tech, and the coaching staff just wants them to call fairly on both sides. Nice
That's
touch.
a great dig by Christy Doherty. Now the Blue Devils are starting to pick up that no ball hits the floor type of mentality. That one is going to be blocked out of bounds. There's going to give a point to Indiana Tech. As we said, they have battled.
They just have to side out here. All we need is a pass and someone to put the ball away. But right now we're just thinking about it a little bit too much. Once again, we just need a side out. Come on, girls. All they need is one side out. Keep doing what you've been doing the whole game. That's been working. Swing at the ball. There it is.
There's Madeline Hudson
There
with
it
the
is.
ball.
That's all they got to do, swing at the ball. If they swing at the ball, they'll be all right. And guess who's coming into the court, Sarah?
Zakia Hunt. We are now 1 point away from a victory for the Blue Devils.
And advancing to the final match against Madonna University right here at Lawrence Tech in the Don Riddler Fieldhouse. And there it is. Final bounce here, LTU Blue Devils. First time in program history, they're in the final, and the crowd is going wild. Great job by these ladies tonight.
It has been an absolute pleasure being here with you, and we appreciate all of our viewers. Thank you to Joshua Eckert for being my partner, Dylan Morello on the stream cam, Alex Johnson pulling highlights, and Jason Ross Jr. being here for moral support. Thank you for tuning into LTSN. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. for a matchup between your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils and your Madonna Crusaders. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great night.